Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's goody, everybody? It's your boy MAAS, and this is Adult Conversations with MAAS. And tonight we're talking about sleep deprivation. This is probably going to be a short show, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm still recovering from the 24 hours, the MAAS-a-Thon. I just woke up about 20 minutes ago. My body, whew. What's going on, Tim? What's going on, YWG? The Bud Files, what's going on? Yeah, sleep deprivation. And the reason I want to talk about sleep deprivation is the other night I did a 24-hour live podcast. And I'll be honest with you, when we got to 3 I think 3:45. I think I had like 20 minutes left. For it to be 24 hours, I was done. I was I was done. So that ended, and okay, okay, Tim, man. Thanks for coming back tonight, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, my body is still recovering. My sleep pattern is all messed up. And I thought that that would be a good time to talk about deprivation while also recapping the 24 hours. The 24 hours of Moss, the MAAS-a-Thon was a success. Um, I was doing it for watch hours. And after calculations, I think I got about between 200 and 300 watch hours, which is crazy. So I think I should be almost close to 2,000 watch hours early next week, which will leave 1,000 hours left to get to monetization. Tim, don't have no wreck. Don't have no wreck, Tim. But the 24 hours of Moss was very, very successful. I did what I set out to do, which was to engage with a new audience, as well as getting watch hours. Accomplished both. And here we are. Sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation. Hold on, let me pull up the articles that I had pulled out. And this information comes from the Cleveland Clinic. And it starts off by saying, but before we even get into that, we gotta give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to make it here to another Tuesday night to do the show. What's going on, Score? We got the gang. We got the usual gang in here tonight. But yeah, my body has not recovered from the 24 hours of Mars. Hopefully, after tonight, I'll be back on my regular sleep schedule. But even though I'm recovering, I may do that again. It was fun. I had a good time doing that. Shouts out to everybody watching on Facebook. Shouts out to everybody watching right here on YouTube. Everybody tuning in because of Instagram. Everybody tuning in on Bumble and the Freak of TV. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I know I don't probably look or sound like my usual jovial self, but like I said, and today was the first actual day of sunlight. It was 75 degrees here in Cincinnati, so I did get out. I had to get some of that sunlight. Had to get some vitamin D. Had to get some sunlight today. So when I probably should have been sleeping, I was outside. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, sleep deprivation is when you aren't sleeping enough or you aren't getting good quality sleep. When it's severe or happens over an extended period, it can cause very disruptive symptoms that interfere with even the most routine activities. Long-term sleep deprivation can worsen with many major health conditions. This condition is usually treatable. And it goes in sleep deprivation isn't is when a person doesn't get enough sleep. This can be a short-term issue affecting one or a few nights, or it can be a chronic concern that lasts weeks or even months. Sleep deprivation can happen for countless reasons, many of them harmless, but it's also a key symptom of certain health conditions. Sleep is something that everyone needs, and most people need a similar amount depending on their age. The amount also changes with age. However, some people need more sleep to feel well rested, while others need less. But these exceptions aren't common. A change in your sleep pattern, gradual or sudden, is a reason to talk to a healthcare provider. I'm not talking to a healthcare provider. I'm talking to you all about it because it's different. Um, the average daily amount of sleep needed by age is newborns up to 3 months old need to sleep at least 14 to 17 hours a day. Infants 4 months to 12 months old need to sleep about 12 to 16 hours a day, including nap time. Young children 1 to 5 years old need about 10 to 14 hours of sleep every day. School age children 6 to 12 years old need at least 9 to 12 hours of sleep every day. Teenagers 8 to 10 hours, and adults 7 to 9 hours. I can say that I'm a person I've never been a person that needs 8 hours of sleep to feel well rested. It's me, Jody. Jody, I was doing 24 hours and I was, sometimes it was playbacks and sometimes I was talking. Because I'll be honest, I don't think I could talk for 24 hours. But I can, engage and yeah. I let my past shows do the talking for me. But it is me, Jody. I'm here. How you doing tonight? I'm usually a person that needs about 5 to 6 hours of sleep at the most to feel rested. But I will say that doing the 24-hour show has done something. It changed it knocked my sleep pattern just out of whack for one. But it's like I'll be sitting around. Yesterday I was just sitting around and just my eyes were just so heavy to the point where I couldn't held them up. I just passed out, went to sleep. But I haven't been able. It's weird because since I stayed up that 24 hours, I really haven't slept more than probably about 3 hours in spurts. But it says sleep deprivation can also take different forms. For some people, sleep deprivation happens because they stay awake instead of sleeping. Is what I did. For others, they're still sleeping, but they aren't getting quality sleep, so they still wake up feeling tired. Hey, Chocolate, how is everybody tonight? Hope y'all getting a lot of sleep. Sleep deprivation usually isn't a major problem in limited, isolated amounts. However, research shows that chronic deprivation can cause or contribute to a variety of health issues. And it says, what's the difference between sleep deprivation and a person being an insomniac? They're closely related. Insomnia and sleep deprivation are closely related, but they aren't the same thing. Insomnia is when you're unable to sleep when you try. Sleep deprivation is what happens when you don't give yourself enough time to sleep or don't get enough sleep or both. And we all know people that work two jobs, but a lot of people don't know a person that works two full-time jobs. And I do. I've known somebody for the last 15 years. And in the time that I've been knowing this person, in the 15 years I've known, they've always had two jobs, two full-time jobs. So basically, this person works 7 days a week. You studied sleep deprivation for 20 years, Tim. Good, you can give us some insight. But and I know my friend is sleep deprived because we talk about it. Is some sleep deprivation a necessary evil? I mean, if you work two jobs, it's kind of hard for you to sleep 8 hours a day because you're working upwards of, if you work two jobs, a full time and a part time, you're working somewhere you're working somewhere close to about 12 to 14, 16 hours a day. If you're working that much, you can't sleep 8 hours a day. But I can say that stand up 24 hours. At first, it was the first 12 hours was okay. Where I hit the wall was around 12 noon the next day when I'm about 20 hours in, and even a cold shower didn't wake me up. When I came back on, I was halfway asleep when I came on and signed off. But it's thrown me off. It's messed up my sleep pattern. Now I have to figure out how to get back on a regular sleep pattern. Because like I said, since I've stayed up there 24 hours, I've really been unable to sleep longer than about 3 hours. Not sure why yet, but I think I'll be okay. So what I've been doing is just basically staying up until I go to sleep instead of going to sleep and trying to take a nap. I'm trying to make myself sleep 8 hours or 6 to 8 hours, but I have been unable to do it. Hey, Scorp, sleep deprivation can affect anybody. Doesn't matter what age you are. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or a child. You can be sleep deprived. Sleep deprivation is very common. Experts estimate that between 50 million to 70 million adults in the US meet the medical criteria for sleep deprivation at any point in time. Virtually every human being experiences sleep deprivation at some point in their life. For some people, it's simply a greater or longer lasting issue, or it happens for a more serious reason. Scorp said when she don't get enough sleep, her body hurts. And they also talk about the difference between sleep deprivation and bad sleep, because some people have bad sleep. And one thing I will say that, is they say that people have stages of sleep, light sleep, deep sleep, and deeper sleep. I'm a type person, I've always been like this since I can remember, as I go straight to deep sleep. If I'm asleep, you can't wake me up. If I go, yeah, I can be here talking to you. I don't just pass out like just in midstream, but if I'm tired and I go to sleep, you can't wake me up. I've had people over my house and I pass out, and yeah. And when I say these are people that I trust, people that I've been, yeah. And I wake up and they'll be like, "Man, I couldn't. Yeah, I just locked the door and left." But sleep deprivation. How does this condition affect your body? Your body needs sleep to regenerate certain systems and to carry out certain processes. To understand more about that, it helps to know a little bit more about the human sleep cycle. That cycle involves different stages of sleep. It's four different stages of sleep. Stage one is light sleep, where this is a short stage, usually no more than 5% of your total sleep. It's which begins right after you fall asleep. Then the second stage is deeper sleep. The stage is deeper and it makes up about 45% of all the time you spend sleeping. This number goes up as you get older. Maybe that's why I just go straight to deep sleep, is because I'm old. But research indicates this stage is key in memory stage and learning. If you don't get enough sleep, you can't, your memory and your learning cognition is it's kind of messed up. YWG said, "When I don't sleep, I'm awake." Yeah, you are YWG. Stage three, the deepest sleep. This stage takes up about 25% of the time you spend. I would say my deepest sleep is probably it's a larger percentage because, like I said, I go straight into deep sleep. It takes about 25% of your time you spend sleeping. This number goes down with age. I think mine is going up. There's evidence that this stage is the most important stage to how your body recovers and maintains itself, because the brain prioritizes this stage in people with sleep deprivation. It's very hard to wake someone up in this stage, and they usually feel foggy or confused for up to 30 minutes after waking up. Yeah, I'm the type of person, if you wake me up out of my deepest sleep, there's no telling who you're going to get. I'll be honest. There's no telling who you're going to get if you wake me up out of my deep sleep. Yeah, yeah. I've been woken up out of my deepest sleep and cursed people out, all types of stuff. To the point where people just, yeah, if I'm asleep, people just, because if a person wakes me up, I'm instantly in a cranky mood. Instantly in a cranky mood. And then the last stage of sleep, which is REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. Basically said it's the dream stage. REM stands for rapid eye movement. This stage is when you dream. When a person is in REM sleep, you can see their eyes moving beneath their eyelids. I don't know if I dream anymore. When you fall asleep, you typically enter stage one. I don't. I go straight into stage three, then move in and out of stages two and three. After that, you go into REM sleep and start dreaming. After the first REM cycle, you start a new sleep cycle and go into stage 1 or 2. One cycle normally takes about 90 to 120 minutes. I think basically I wake up after one cycle of sleep. Most people go through 4 or 5 cycles per night, assuming they get a full 8 hours. I never get a full 8 hours of sleep. Chocolate said, "Stay awake until your bedtime. It will take a few days, then you'll be." Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy, chocolate. Yeah, my sleep schedule's thrown all out of whack. You can probably see it in my face. Systems affected. Tim, Tim, Tim. I yeah, yeah. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but yeah. Might get punched to wake me up out my sleep. Sleep deprivation has negative effects in multiple ways throughout your body. Those can affect the following systems, organs, and processes: heart and circulatory systems. Sleep deprivation has long term damaging effects on your heart and circulatory health. People with chronic sleep deprivation are more likely to develop high blood pressure and high cholesterol. YWG, there you go, man. There you go. Oh, you could tell. Scorp said she could tell I was off my rocker in the last few hours of the MAAS-a-Thon. Yeah, I was struggling. The last 4 hours were the toughest. Was the toughest because it was so hard. And I'll be honest, the last 4 hours, that's why I played 2 videos and I didn't do a lot of talking, because really it was hard. It got to the point where it was hard for me to process. I was talking and I was talking about one thing, and then my mind was, yeah. So that last 4 hours after the 20th hour were the hardest 4 hours of the MAAS-a-Thon, because basically I don't even think I was talking or thinking coherently at that time, because it was, yeah, yeah. Deprived myself of sleep. It was different. But yeah, go back to that. People with chronic sleep deprivation are more likely to develop high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And I'm talking to the person who was sleep deprived is in here. But yeah, the metabolic system. People with chronic sleep deprivation are at a much higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. You don't get sleep, you can get diabetes. I was raising my and I was sleepy. I was sleepy, Scorp. The 3 a.m. drop. What did I do at 3? And I'll be honest, I don't. I was talking to Tim probably between 3 and 4:30 during during the marathon, and Scorp said I was raising my voice, but I don't remember that. Your immune system, your body's natural defenses against infections can't work properly if you aren't getting enough sleep. Your nervous system. It's common for people who aren't sleeping enough to have higher pain sensitivity. which means they feel pain more easily. The pain is more intense or both. And I'm reading these symptoms to you all, and I read some of this stuff, but I didn't read it all. But I'm telling you, all of the things that they're talking about, my buddy goes through, the one that has two full-time jobs. High blood pressure, yeah. TMI, what's going on, brother? What's going on with you, man? Hey, man, TMI, man. I was gonna call you the other day, man. I appreciate you, bro. I still be checking you out, man. You wilding right now too, yeah, man. You over in Thailand, man. You was wilding out, brother. But that 24 hours was hard. It was hard. It was hard. And TMI is the person who gave me the name Moss Appeal. I met TMI when I was in the Dominican Republic, kicking it with Philly Dom. And yeah, TMI schooled me to a TMI taught me a lot about YouTubing. But we two Aries, we butted heads a lot. We butted heads a lot. But we were two Aries, we butted heads. But I learned whole lot from TMI. So if y'all haven't checked out, if you looking for a wild channel, no no filter, some comedic relief from a guy from Staten Island, New York, go check out TMI. He travels all over the world. I don't know where TMI is at now. He might be in Dominican Republic. He might be in Thailand. I'm not sure. But go check out TMI. Tim said everyone's feeding their kids melatonin gummy bears so the kids go to sleep. Well, if you lived in a black household, Tim, sometimes they would put a little bit of liquor in your bottle. If you was crying a little bit too much, put some liquor in your bottle and put you to sleep. Put you to sleep. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but even black household, that's what they do. Yeah, put him out there. Put TMI Santiago's link out there, Scorp. In your brain, sleep deprivation has very negative effects on how your brain works. While experts don't fully understand sleep's role in the brain function, they do know it's a key part of how people learn and remember. There's also some evidence that sleep deprivation could play a role in the development of Alzheimer's disease. Getting your sleep is very, very important. It's very important because your sleep is the time that your body is at complete, well, not complete rest because your heart and your are always working, but it's when they recharge. It's when they recharge. CBD gummies are nice for grown-ups. Melatonin gummies are not good for children. You shouldn't have to give your children melatonin for them to go to sleep. You just gotta let them go. And they have done studies, and basically, younger children's diets play a big role in them sleeping. The Sigma's organ control. Scorp, you want some CBD gummies? I don't know if you need no CBD gummies, Scorp. It might turn you into a different animal. Conditions that can get worse or happen because of sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation also increases your risk of developing certain conditions or making them worse if you have them. These conditions include type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, obesity. obstructive sleep apnea, vascular disease, strokes, heart attacks, depression, anxiety, and some conditions can also involve psychosis. You back in Thailand? Okay, okay. TMI's back in Thailand. I think he's in Pattaya. He's in Pattaya, Thailand. Having a good time, going to the clubs, drinking Thailand beer, messing with Thailand women. That's what TMI Santiago's doing. YWG Star, are you in Bangkok, TMI? What are some symptoms of sleep deprivation? Daytime sleepiness, fatigue, irritability. Scorp said that I was yelling. She said I was kind of irritable. Trouble thinking, focusing, or remembering. Like I said, that last 4 hours of that show, I said that it was hard for me to it was kind of hard for me to comprehend, and yeah, I was all over the place that last 4 hours. Slowed reaction times, makes sense. Headaches, and it says as sleep deprivation goes on for longer, the symptoms become more and more severe. Brain fog, yeah, I had brain fog. I had brain fog. Many of the more severe symptoms look like the effects of alcohol intoxication. Wow. The severe symptoms of sleep deprivation include micro sleeps. When a person briefly falls asleep for only seconds before waking back up. I've done that before. One of my buddies that I play Xbox with he micro sleeps. Tim said his mother-in-law tried to OD on melatonin. TMI said he's in Pattaya where the hose is at. Micro sleeps. It's basically where you sleep for about 30 seconds and you wake back up a couple minutes. People call them cat naps. They're called micro sleeps and they can help you, but saying that they're not good. Uncontrollable eye movements. Nystagmus. That's the name of it. Nystagmus. Nystagmus. Trouble speaking clearly. This right here, you can most definitely see when someone has not had sleep. Droopy eyelids. It's called ptosis. 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 Drooping eyelids. And I'm telling you all, I'm this stuff that I'm my buddy that I talk about works two jobs. He has a yeah, we're gonna have a real good conversation after this because yeah, he has these symptoms. Hand tremors, visual and tactile hallucinations, impaired judgment, and impulsive behavior. Now, me, I appreciate you. I appreciate. Yeah, I never stopped watching you neither. TMI, you be over a while, man. Yeah, you was having a couple arguments, man. And, I mean, that's the usual thing, though. But yeah, man, you and I check you and what's my dude out? What's my dude? The little chubby dude. I can't think of his name, man. But yeah, you've been doing a lot of good collabs, man. Yeah, a lot of collabs. Go check out TMI, y'all. Go check out TMI. You want some lowdown on the ladies in Thailand, the ladies in Dominican Republic. TMI give you the lowdown. May even give you more information than that. The stages of sleep deprivation. Total sleep deprivation, which is when you aren't getting any sleep, happens in stages. Micro sleep is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Stage one of sleep deprivation is this is when you go at least 24 hours without sleeping. That's what I did. In this stage, the effects of sleep deprivation are similar to being under the influence of alcohol to the point where it isn't safe for you to drive. It would not have been safe for me to drive that last 4 hours because I was all over the place. I know because I know the way my mind was thinking, and like Scorp said, I was yelling. I don't remember yelling. Tim said he drove to work one time and didn't even remember how he got to work. Stage two, common symptoms of sleep deprivation intensify. Most people start to experience micro sleeps in this stage and have trouble thinking or focusing. Then it goes into stage three. People in this stage start to show very severe symptoms, including hallucinations. They may also struggle to communicate with people around them. And lastly, stage four. The symptoms of sleep deprivation are at their most extreme. The above symptoms worsen to severe or extreme levels. Hallucinations are common, and you struggle to tell what's real and what isn't. What is and what isn't. Everyone needs to get sleep. We're coming up on 45 minutes in the show. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Share this video out. Subscribe to the page. Go check out TMI Santiago's page. Go check out YWG's page. Go check out Scorp Mama's page. All these people have different things that they talk about on their pages, and it's all interesting. You'll love it. Tim as well. Go check out Tim's page. Tim.0011. Go check out his page. He has chickens. YWG, you need to go check out Tim's page. He's got chickens. He's got some other things. He is an outdoorsman. Yeah, I went live for 24 hours TMI Sunday, 4 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monday. I went live for 24 hours. Whew. That's the reason we talking about this because I still haven't been able to get back on my sleep pattern. But it's okay. What causes sleep deprivation? Sleep deprivation can happen for numerous reasons. Many of them have to do with circumstances of life. One cause of sleep deprivation, shift work, especially shifts that happen partly or fully during nighttime hours. Alcohol use, especially misuse. And that's what the article said. That's not me adding on. That's what the article said. Using stimulants like caffeine later in the day. What comment I ain't see, Score? What comment I didn't see? Oh, you talking about TMI? Oh yeah, Here you go, TMI. TMI, yeah. Scorp said, yeah, them China women love sex. Wow. So your sleep deprivation is why you've been divorced twice, Tim? Or was it that with those women you couldn't get any sleep when they were around? Which one was it? Bad sleep related habits, known as sleep hygiene. And sleep hygiene is, we're gonna find out sleep. We can't say something and not know what it means. So sleep hygiene. So I clicked the article about sleep hygiene. I would say that sleep hygiene just means that you need to get good sleep, not bad sleep. Sleep in a totally dark room, with the temperature somewhere between 69 and 70, 60 and 75, something like that. But yeah, there's conditions that you, like me, I like to sleep in a room that's totally black. I like it so black I can't even see my hand in front of my face because any form of light can mess your sleep pattern up. People that sleep with TVs on, with computers on, you don't need to have that blue light around you when you're sleeping. It messes up your sleep pattern. Something about that blue light from the computers and from the TVs that it makes you have bad sleep. What? Scorp says she loves a weak man. YWG said he don't got muscles. High stress levels, sleeping in a new or unfamiliar place, such as in a hotel while traveling. However, sleep deprivation can also happen for medical reasons. Some of those medical reasons are lack of quality sleep due to sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is those people that they snore, but they snore to the point where their breathing stops. And then they'll breathe for like 15 minutes, then also they go. I've been around those type people, and it's scary. It's scary. Degenerative brain disorders such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, concussions, and traumatic brain injuries, pain, insomnia, and restless leg syndrome. I'm one of those people. Yeah, it's a full moon. And there was stuff darting across the sky Sunday night too. About 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, Tim told me to go outside, look at the sky. I went outside, looked at the sky, and there was stuff darting all across the sky. It was weird. I did see. That could be from sleep deprivation. Nah, it wasn't that. This was still when I was coherent. Yeah, this is still when I was coherent. Wow. Scorp said her dog snores like a man. Okay. Your mental health has a major impact on your sleep, and vice versa. This can set up a cycle that reinforces itself as it gets worse. An example of this would be depression that makes it harder to sleep, which causes sleep deprivation, which then makes you feel even more depressed. Mental health issues that can affect sleep include, but are not limited to, the following: anxiety, bipolar disorder, depression, mania, panic disorder, PTSD, and somnophobia, the fear of sleep. Sleep is very important, and I can attest to that because When I ended that show Friday at 3:15, I kid you not, as soon as I sat on the couch, I was asleep. I knew I would not have if I would have stayed on for the last 45 minutes of the 24 hours of Maz, y'all probably would have saw me over here sleep on camera. You probably would have saw me sleep on camera. But we're talking about sleep deprivation tonight. Hopefully you don't deprive yourself from sleep unknowingly or knowingly. I caused my own sleep deprivation Sunday going into Monday when I did the 24-hour show. And that's the reason I want to talk about this because the doorbells are snitches now and they take video. I am still, it's Tuesday, and I'm still recovering from being up for 24 hours straight. I'm still recovering. And I'm talking now and it doesn't seem like I'm tired, but believe me, I'm tired. And I know probably as soon as I end this show tonight, I'm gonna get some more sleep. And another thing is I've been waking up now at like 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and I can't go back to sleep. So, which in turn, about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I fall asleep on a nap, and yeah, hopefully my sleep pattern will be corrected in the next coming days. Chocolate said it's nothing to worry about. Just keep on going to bed at my regular time, and my sleep pattern should get back together. But what do you all have to say? Do you first question? You know what? I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but while we're here, I have a poll question. And the poll question for tonight is going to be, let me find tonight's poll question is going to be, do you get 8 hours of sleep? Do you get 8 hours of sleep? And a lot of people say, how can you sleep 8 hours? We got 3 votes. I guess one person said no, they don't get 8 hours of sleep. 2 people said yes, they get 8 hours of sleep. YWG, how many hours a night would you say that you sleep? Tim, how many hours a night do you sleep? And Tim's on the West Coast. He's out in Northern California. So beautiful out there. Wine country. Chocolate, how many hours of sleep do you get a night? Scorp, how many hours of sleep? Me, I'll be honest. Me, I average about between about 5 hours of sleep. Tim said he can go 48 hours as a normal day. YWG said it depends on what day. He said it depends on what day. There's some days that it's impossible. Would you say, would Tim and YWG, would you say that there are days that sleep it's not an option? You right about that, Score. You're right about that. Scorp says sex make you sleep. Sex will make you sleep. Some women say that they knock men out with that. Some men say they knock women out with that, but okay. Scorp says she changed her schedule. She gets about 7 hours of sleep. Do we have any people out here who actually sleep 8 hours or more than a day? I'll be honest. I'm one of those type people that if I sleep 8 hours, I'll be more tired because I slept 8 hours. Tim said he actually got paid for working 110 hours in 1 week. Jug, Jug, do you get 8 hours of sleep every night? Do you get 8 hours of sleep? Tim, okay. So Tim, that when you worked 110 hours in 1 week, how is that possible? 110 hours in 1 week. That is it's more than 16 hours a day. Depends if they say a nap is 2 to 3 hours is a nap, not a micro nap. An actual siesta nap, a nap is actually 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Tim said in a 24-hour day, he's lucky to get 4 hours of sleep. YWG said 8 hours of sleep is not an option on Saturdays or Sundays. Juggernaut said it's hard for him to sleep, even if he's unemployed. They say that older people, phew, YWG said he did 160 hours in 2 weeks. Tim did 110 hours in 1 week, and YWG did 160 in 2 weeks. That's crazy. So Tim actually was working about 20 hours a day when he worked 110 hours in 1 week. That's wild. That is wild. YWG and Tim, would you say that you are sleep deprived? And would you say that the sleep, your sleep deprivation, would you say that it is like they say because of circumstances, life circumstances, you work more than one job, two jobs? Is that the reason why you don't sleep 8 hours a day? Or could you get 8 hours a day sleep with with your work schedule? But if you're working 20 hours, upwards of 20 hours a day, heck no. You needed that sleep, Tim. No, you needed that sleep. Wow. YWG said that 160 hours was just the Monday through Friday, not the weekend job. I don't think I don't think I've never been an 8 hour a night sleeper. Like I said, if I get 8 hours of sleep, sometimes I may be a little bit more tired than if I didn't. YWG said he can do 7 hours and 30 minutes of sleep at the most. At the most. T- Tim said, I kind of think I didn't need that sleep. I think you needed some of that sleep, Tim. You were probably running on fumes. TMI Santiago, he's in Thailand. I think it's safe to say I don't think he stayed up that entire flight. The flight to Thailand, how long is that flight? YWG is about 16 to 18 hours. I would be scared to be. I wish TMI was still here because I want being on a plane for 18 hours. Is that what is? I mean, YWG, you can explain that. You've been to Thailand. Wow. Tim said he would get off work, eat dinner, take a shower, and go back to work. 22 hours straight. Is that on the weekend? Or is that just you work 22 hours straight? And I've got buddies that work and they get a lot of overtime. And sometimes they're working upwards of 16 hours a day. If you work 16 hours a day, there's no way you can get 8 hours of sleep. And those are the people that need 8 hours of sleep. If you're working two jobs, you most definitely need to get some good rest, which is probably kind of hard. But like they said, a lot of people's sleep deprivation is based off of life circumstances. Oh, the plane ride to Thailand is 22 hours. That's a long flight. I saw on the news today, speaking of India, there was a plane that was coming from India and it was flying to Chicago. And 10 hours into the flight, they had to turn around because the toilets had clogged up on the plane. That's a whole lot of ish. But the toilets clogged up to the point where the smell was unbearable on the plane, and they had to turn the plane back. They had to turn the plane around. Juggernaut said, "Wow." Tim said he was welding at the time, and he can weld in his sleep. I don't know about that one, Tim. That damn torch. Phew. Jug said there's a difference from working and being there on the clock. Scorp said welders make good money. What is it? A Cinelline torch? Cinelline torch? Tim said I can do a pig work schedule for about 3 months and then I crash. So when you crash, do you sleep the whole weekend? Is it one of those where you just sleep the whole weekend, Tim? And YWG, when you work on the weekends, is it hard for you to get proper sleep? What is a pig work schedule? Is that sun up to sundown? What is a pig work schedule? Scorp must know what a pig scorp schedule what a pig work schedule is because she said, "Oh hell no." Oh yeah, the toilets were clogged up on that plane. They had to turn back and go back to India. So what is a pig schedule? Is that 12 hours a day? You crashed for about a week. So it is what is that, 18? Is a pig schedule something like an 18-hour work schedule every day? Okay. YWG said nope. He's used to it though. But he says he hits the wall around Wednesday. He hits the wall around Wednesday. We got 4 votes. Do you get 8 hours of sleep? 3 people said yes. One person said no. I think a lot of people sleep less than 8 hours out of necessity. Me staying up for 24 hours on live that night was extremely. I'm not saying that it was hard enough where I won't do it again, but it was extremely hard. But I had people that was with me that was engaged. It was cool because the whole night there was people there in the chat. Scorp was there a lot of the time. I love Scorp. Scorp was there. Tim was there. When it seemed like when I was losing a lot of steam, there would be someone that would come and start talking to me, engage with me, and keep me up. Yeah, you lose. I did lose track of time. You lose track of time. So would you say YWG that on Wednesday you need to when is what it when you say recover, is that 10 hours of sleep, 12 hours of sleep? And Tim, when you say you recover for a week, is that just sleeping 10 to 12 hours and then just staying in a sleep mode, not putting clothes on, and then just going? Is that one of those things where you just keep your night clothes on for the week? You're just in and out of sleep to catch up on your sleep? Oh, being on the plane that yeah, 22 hours is a long time to be on a plane. And that's not counting the layovers. You're in the air for 22 hours. Tim said there's a reason the plane felt they was asleep. I would I have not the longest flight that I have been on is about 8 hours. That's the longest flight I've been on is about 8 hours. 22 hours on a plane, it would have to be it have to be some walking around room or something. I don't think I could sit down. Then I probably wouldn't eat anything heavy so I wouldn't have to use the bathroom. I don't know about being on a plane for 22 hours because I can't sleep on a plane. No matter how tired I am, I can never sleep while I'm flying. And I look around and people are knocked out. People sleep with their mouths open, and I can't sleep on the plane. I don't know why it is, but I can't sleep on the plane. I will say that there have been times when I have had to deal with insomnia because I'm just a night owl by nature. I've always been a night owl, but sometimes being a night owl can be bad because you look up and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you got to be at work at 8. I've had days like that. I've been an insomniac, but I've sleep deprivation is different. Sleep deprivation is different than being an insomniac because staying up for that straight 24 hour, and I've done that before, but I think it was hard because I had to stay in this chair. The hardest part about that 24-hour MAAS-a-Thon was basically having to be in this chair in front of the camera. That's a lot. That was a lot of the reason why I was showing past videos, and is because yeah, I had just had to get up and walk around and get fresh air and things of that nature to stay up. It was hard depriving my yeah, it was like I said, once I hit that 20-hour mark, it was all straight down the hill. Okay, a pig schedule is 15 hours a day straight work. 15 hours. There's no way you can get 8 hours sleep if you're working a 15-hour work day. No way. There's no way. People that work on fishing boats, they tend to work long hours like that as well. People that work on fishing boats, they work those long encompassing hours like that as well. And the reason I know that is Philly Dom worked in the fish canneries in I think he said Canada, Alaska, Alaska, and he talked about how their work schedule was. So people that work on oil rigs, there's certain jobs that you're working around the clock like that. Scorp said she can't sleep in a strange house. I had cousins when I was little growing up, and we would be at family reunions, and sometimes the family reunion would be where I was from in Louisville, and I was always at my great grandmother's house. So when we would have the family reunion, there would be people that come, and you could always tell the people that didn't sleep well away from home. Because there was always somebody that was always up the whole weekend. They never went to sleep. You wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, they up. 3 o'clock in the morning, they up. 5 o'clock in the morning, they're up. Because a lot of people can't sleep in new surroundings. Scorp said that. YWG said after he works, like he work. I think YWG works about 40 hours in 3 days on the weekends. And he says after Sunday, he's on autopilot until Wednesday. Wow. Tim said when he recovers for a week, it means he get to sleep. Gets to sleep a couple hours here and there. I meant to ask you. I meant to ask you, YWG. Why is it that? Why is it in Maryland that you can have chickens but you can't have a rooster? Is it because the roosters wake everybody up? What is the reason that you can have chickens but you can't have a rooster? I didn't get a chance to ask you that. Does it have to do with people sleep having a rooster? Tim, you have chickens. Do you have a rooster or do you just have female chickens? Do you have a rooster? And where you at? Is it how many chickens can you have on your property in Northern California? Because YWG said that he couldn't have a rooster, and I'm thinking, is that because the rooster crows in the morning? And I'm gonna chill out for a second because I'm not sure how long the delay is, but there seems to be a delay. I'm gonna do a little bit of research on it. Wow. Okay, Scorp. I'm with yeah, I do, Scorp. I do. Tim said he don't have to be nowhere. He- Some places you can have chickens, but you can't have roosters, and I'm thinking that's because the roosters crow in the morning. I'm not sure. Okay, so YWG said you can have a rooster, but only in the sticks. I think you can have one per acre. Roosters crow all the time. So that basically you can't have roosters because it's a noise nuisance. Have any of you all ever seen a chicken get his neck wrung off? I have. My yeah, my great grandmother did all that. And then the chicken body runs around with blood squirting out the top of the chicken until the nervous system goes out. Yeah, that's a wild sight. So yeah, if you've never seen a chicken get his neck wrung, you need to see that. But we're an hour and 15, 16 minutes into the show. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Share this video out. Subscribe to the page. Hit the like button. So YWG said, yes, too noisy, but you can have a barking dog. Well, you got a dog now too, man. You can't talk about dogs. You a dog father now, man. You a dog parent. Tim said he was trying to go to sleep, crown at the moon, crowing at the moon at two. He was trying to go to sleep, and his rooster was crowing at the moon at 2 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Then Tim said, if you don't know what time it is, you don't get tired when you're working. That's hard, Tim. Lots of people be look. I got just got an hour left. Just got an hour. Look, I got 30 minutes left. It makes the time go faster when you're looking at your watch. But yeah, we're talking about sleep deprivation tonight. I wanted to talk about sleep deprivation because I deprived myself of sleep for 24 hours when I did the MAAS-a-Thon, and I'm still recovering from it. And I wanted to talk about it because sleep is one of the most important aspects of recharging your body. Without sleep, you can't reach. Sleep is the only time that your brain really is at rest, and it's not really at rest because it's still working. But we got TM here tonight. We got YWG. We got Scorp. We got Chocolate. We got Jug. We got the usual suspects in here tonight. Nobody gets 8 hours of sleep. That's what it's really looking like. No one gets 8 hours of sleep. We talked about the effects of sleep deprivation, prevention of sleep deprivation, and basically the definition of sleep deprivation. Some sleep deprivation is just a circumstance of life. And then you have sleep deprivation like I did. It was by choice. I had a 24-hour podcast. I didn't go to sleep that y'all know of. No, I'm joking. I was up for 24 hours and it was very, very hard. I'll probably be doing it again because I got upwards of about 300 watch hours. Your boy is almost monetized. And when we get monetized, we're gonna help the next person get my Scorp. You gonna get monetized. We're gonna help Scorp get monetized. Right. Jug said, Jug said it has a lot to do with how society is now. And if a lot of these companies have it the way they want, you're gonna be sleeping less because they say it should be a 6-day work week. You should only have Sundays off. It should be a 6-day work week, which is weird because just a couple years they were saying then we should move to a 4-day work week. Now they're saying we should be working 6 days a week. I think people will mutiny if they try to make it the norm to work 6 days a week. I think people will mutiny. Juggernaut said back in the day, we get because you didn't have too many problems. And Tim said roosters crow at the street lights. In the cities of California, you're not supposed to have roosters because everyone complains when the full moon comes out. So I guess chickens go crazy when the full moon comes out. But I will be getting my rest tonight after this show is over. I will say that. There goes Scorp. The moon is fat. The moon is full. The moon is full. In a world where it's kind of impossible to really get 8 hours of sleep, you got to find the roosters go crazy. Okay. There has to be, you must get your rest. You must get sleep on a daily basis. As I read, they said that not getting enough sleep is a precursor to Alzheimer's and dementia. The precursor of Alzheimer's and dementia is not getting sleep. The brain must rest. Yeah, we're gonna get you. Yeah. Scorp is writing a book. That's the reason that she is on her YouTube quest. We gonna help get Scorp out there. We gonna get Scorp out there so she can get monetized. It's what it is. It's what it is. What we're gonna do. Everybody's gonna get. We're gonna help everybody. Everybody in the MA family. Everybody that But oh no, it'll be bad, Tim. Tim said, honestly, I don't think dementia. Well, you won't even know. You won't even know because you'll be on some person. Yeah, the person is. I mean, you won't know. So you'll be in a manic disposition. But everybody needs to get their rest. Everybody needs to get their sleep. We know that in today's society, lots of people work more than one job. There are people out here that work 2 jobs. There's some people out here who work 3 jobs. Scorp said it's too much mofo work to get monitored. It's not that much work. You just gotta. Well, see, I would be monetized, but that's my fault. Yeah, you won't remember, Tim. You'll be somebody else's problem. But you don't want to be somebody else's problem, Tim. We want to get enough sleep now where none of us get Alzheimer's, none of us get dementia. We're gonna get enough rest because the work will be there tomorrow. The work will be there tomorrow. It will be there. It's not going anywhere. The work will be there tomorrow. But you must get your rest. I am a testament to that you must get your rest. Because just this 1 24 hours has thrown my body into a shambles. It's thrown my body into a shambles. By Thursday, I should be all the way back. Scorp says she don't want to work too much. You mean tomorrow Scorp, or you talking about in general? Okay. Tim said this year he's only working 6 months. 6 months. So Tim, when you say you're only working 6 months, are those like seasonal jobs, or is what you're doing this year basically on a only going to encompass 6 months of work? Then the other 6 months you'll be preparing for something else. Is that what that is? But yeah, everybody needs to get their rest. I'm pretty sure you can look at my eyes and you can tell I need some rest. It's coming. I'm going to get it. I didn't even make it to my bed after the 24-hour live. I didn't even make it to my bed. I made it to the couch. I didn't even make it to the bed. I made it right over there to the couch, laid down, and passed out. No, no, it ain't. Come on, Scorp. Am I over here kissing arse? Am I kissing arse, Scorp? You ain't got to kiss no arses around us. Okay. Tim said 3 months in the spring and 3 months in the fall farming. Okay. Okay. Tim, do you live in the Mendocino Triangle? Yeah, Squirt Mama don't kiss no butt, and Masa Pill don't kiss no butt either. The Mendocino Triangle. There's lots of work that gets done in that triangle throughout the year. Mainly in the fall. Mainly in the fall. Squirt Mama don't kiss no butt. We know that. We know Mama don't kiss no butt, but you it is easier for a woman to get monetized than it is for a man. What you making all them faces for, YWG, man? But yeah, it's the usual suspect. We got the newest usual suspect, Tim.0011. Go check out Tim's page. Tim is now a member of the MA family. He's the West Coast correspondent. Well, I got two West Coast correspondents. Sacramento Valley. Okay. Oh, let me ask you this, Tim, before we go, because you're in the farming. YWG is in the farming. He's in the gardening. What um what almanac zone is the Sacramento Valley in, and what vegetation, plants, fruits grow in Sacramento? Is Sacramento one of those places where everything and anything grows, or what almanac zone, gardening farming zone do you live in? And I'm asking that for YWG. He's big on the gardening thing. But yeah, YWG said facts. Women's pages get monetized way quicker than men. Way quicker. Tim said they grow weed for shits and giggles around there. Zone 9 or 10. Ah, okay. He said they grow weed. That's what they grow in the Sacramento Valley. There's nothing wrong with that. YWG's in zone 7, which is Maryland, Eastern Shore Board. Eastern Shore, Zone 7. Okay, if you in Zone 7, how's Zone just 9 or 10 California? Yeah, I don't know nothing about the gardening zones. Not sure. We just crossed over an hour and a half into this conversation about sleep deprivation. Tim said they can grow 2 crops a year compared to only 1 crop a year in Texas, especially in the Mendocino Triangle. The Mendocino Triangle gets some of the best sunlight that you can get in the US. She said, "Don't tell Scorp." Tim, YWG said, "Don't tell Scorp that you grow weed." And then Scorp said, "I might have to hook Boo up." Scorp is crazy. Don't tell Scorp. Don't tell Scorp that you grow the ooey. And Scorp going, yeah, yeah. Scorp is Cheech. Scorp is Cheech. We haven't figured out who Chong is, but Scorp is Cheech. But yeah, this has been your boy Moss Appeal, and we've been talking about sleep deprivation. Tim gets 110 pounds of rice per acre. Wow, that's a lot of rice. Wow, Scorp says she'll walk a mile for a joint. Whoa, whoa. Come on, Scorp. You gotta get a delivery person. You don't need to be walking nowhere for that stuff. You can get a delivery person to drop it off to you. But everybody needs to get their sleep. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Everybody needs to get their sleep. I had already said that this show probably wasn't gonna go 2 hours because your boy is tired. I'm tired. But whatever time that we don't go today, we will surely make it up on Thursday and Friday. Tim said he trims his weed to look like hedges, but that color green don't look like hedges. Hedges are dark green. That light green ooey. I don't care what kind of hedges look like. I'm gonna know if it wasn't for the smell. If it wasn't for the smell, ooh wee. Tim growing that ooh wee out in California. But Thursday I got a good show for y'all. It's gonna be a good one. Started working on it, haven't finished it totally, but yeah, I got a surprise for y'all Thursday. We're gonna have a good show. We're gonna have a good show. The whole conversation has changed from sleep deprivation to stuff that will make you sleepy. We went from being deprived of sleep to talking about stuff that will make you sleep. Yes, the hell it does. Scorp, you wild. It does. Yeah, like YWG said, that smell in the air brings the fiends. Scorp said crack don't have no smell. I don't know about that one, Scorp. I don't know about that one. But August is the yeah, it's harvest time. Harvest time is August, going into September. Jug said, "Dang, Scorp." Scorp's wild. Scorp is wild. It does have a smell, and it ain't nothing. Ugh. It's a shame that I have smelled crack in my life, but I have, and it does have a smell, Scorp. Jig said crack does have a smell. It ain't a good smell. Yeah, it's exactly stench. Tim said his weed will make your eyes water. Ooh, wee. Watery eyes? Scorp, what you scratching your chin for, Scorp? It do got a smell. I don't know, Scorp. But yeah, it do got a smell. It don't smell good like the ooh wee, but it's got a smell. Tim said that's why he started growing weed. Cause he couldn't sleep. But if you got some weed that'll make your eyes water, it'll make you. I guess it'll make you sleepy too. Juggernaut said, "Crack smoke moves like a slow flow of evil." Scorp says she'll be a crying fool if that weed makes her eyes water. She'll be a crying fool. Oh no, Cheech. But yeah, we've been having discussions about sleep deprivation and things associated with it. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to the MAAS-a-Thon that was from Sunday to Monday, 24 hours of MAAS. The homie TMI Santiago came through today. He's in Thailand right now. Go check his page out. We got YWG here. We got Tim.0011. We got Scorp, Chocolate, the usual suspects. This your boy Mass Bill. I'll be back Thursday.